What's up, fuckers? Oh my god, Tim's camera's off. Did Alex Jones take over? What the hell just happened? He did. Ladies and gentlemen, weighing a stout, maybe 300 pounds from New fighting out of New Philadelphia, Ohio, Timothy, the man who saved the show, Danko.
Yeah, you just ruined it with a terrible, terrible introduction. Why do you have to do that? Why do you have to
wake weird, on, fucko?
Weird noises. It was on. It just all of a sudden went dark on me. All of a sudden, I'm gonna fix it here in a second.
God damn it! You just ruined bits. I thought you were gonna like pop yourself up. Like,
no, it was an accident. It was completely an accident.
Piece of shit, you. How dare
you?
Yeah,
it's weird. This they must have had an update because things are different now, and I don't like it because they're different. But you'll get to see my face here in a second. We'll say this though, Ray. Where were you last episode, buddy? You know what? I didn't give you shit for it. I gave you shit for not waking up, but I didn't give you shit if you would have watched the episode. I didn't give you shit for there I am. I didn't give you shit for not feeling well enough to do it. That's fine. That's not a problem at all. But I didn't give you shit for sleeping through it in the first place. So there you go. If you weren't here last week on our last show, everybody, it was the best show we ever had. I did it all myself. All right, we didn't need Ray. We didn't need him. I mean, what I realized is that I could do the show by myself. Absolutely, I could. I would just need a good comment section. I could have some guests. The only thing is a producer. I need a producer because I couldn't figure shit out, and I was trying to figure it out on the fly, and it wasn't working. So I just gave up on it and just started ranting. And I could do it. I'd rather have you, Ray. But the point is, the show will go on without you. Is what I'm saying. If
much
that
like life.
Again, if that happens again, not that we have to reschedule because we have to do that all the time. But I mean, like if you fall asleep, I now know how to fix it, and I can start on time if you're not there. I now know how to do things now. So we got so one thing that came out of it that was positive, I guess, right? That's I learned something, and also I saved the show. So there's that.
You did, sir. I just. When I woke up, I realized my phone was off, and I saw it was like 4:22 when I woke up, and I was like, motherfucker, it's the second week in a goddamn row. It's just, I don't know. I had an alarm set for 3:30. I was going to shower, or no, I had showered prior to the whole thing, put gel in my hair to make myself look all purty. And then, no, couldn't wake up. It was like, what the fuck, man? I can wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. Can't fucking wake up after a nap, I guess. I don't know. Ugh.
Like I said, you're the worst at this. The best part about that is the night before you were saying we really need to get enough subscribers so we can get on Patreon.
Yeah.
The way we're doing things, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, the universe seems to be against me at all times. And I like having fun.
What do you mean? It's a lot of this is your fault.
No.
I mean, okay, listen. Okay.
I do everything I have to do to fucking get be able to do this, and then I was gonna be fresh faced and daisy like, and ended up depressed.
On or off? What do you think? On? Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
You needed to tan more. Is what
sure.
You need.
What was I gonna say, Ray? Oh, yeah. I'm not even talking about you not showing up because you slept through your alarm, or your phone died, or whatever. I'm just normal things that we do that, like number one, we're terrible about schedules. We have to switch days all the time, and that never helps. That hurts us a lot. But it's what we kind of have to do now sometimes because of your work and stand up and stuff. Man, I think we need to lock down Mondays though, if you can. I think because that's just a good day. I think. Yeah,
Mondays would be a good day.
Mainly because we have less shows on Mondays than any other day, or maybe we can do Tuesdays. I don't know, one or the other. I don't know. It needs to happen. Anyway, great fights, Ray. Dude, fucking, what's his face? Yuri. That fucking dick on his head. Hilarious. Looks like if Dr. Seuss made a fighter character, that's what it looked like.
I saw this hairstyle on ESPN.
It's fantastic. I don't know what the hell it was, but it was just, it just looked like a big hair dildo. But you know what? When you fight like that and kick ass like that against a very tough dude in Dominic Reyes, who I did predict would win the fight. I thought Reyes would win the fight because we only saw Yuri the one fight, but that guy is a problem, sir.
Yeah.
Problem, brother. I mean, I'm already excited to see him fight the winner of Glover and Jan, which I'm assuming is going to happen. The way he beat Reyes, absolutely. Like, just who else do you want him to fight? I don't think he needs to fight anybody else if he wants to wait. So just wait. That fight will happen in the summer, I think. And then I'm talking about Jan and Glover Teixeira. The winner of that gets Yuri. How do you say his last name? Always fucking
Provodka or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, Pro Vodka. I'm going to call him Pro Vodka because I can remember
like
that. And it's pretty close. All right, so Pro
We are
Vodka
both-
here.
We are
Looking
both
like a Horton
already
Hears a Who.
that, sir.
Yeah, okay, sure.
We are pro vodka on this show.
We have been. That's what I have in this clear Taco Bell cup.
I have
went to the
whiskey.
doctor yesterday, Ray.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they called me today to go over my blood work. Knock on wood. It's okay. Everything's at normal levels. Even my cholesterol's down, which I do take something for that, but it's in the spot. It's good. It's working. That's the point.
Yeah.
Did say, exercise and eat better, which is, they gave me papers, like a diet and regimen and stuff. And I'm like, okay, you're right. I know you're right. But I'm happy that my numbers are good. They're solid. No, I take it back. My blood pressure was nuts when I got in there. It was crazy. It's the highest it's ever been. I think it was 156 over 97, which is not good.
No, I've had that.
It's the highest I've ever had. However, they were less freaked out because I took it right before I left, and it was down a good bit. It was down. It was like 142 over 92 or something. So it was down a good bit. So they're like, well, it's going the right direction. So and also, anytime I do take my blood pressure at home, which I have to do now all the time, which is fine, I make sure because they didn't give me anything. They wanted me to monitor it on my own, and then next month I go back. Anyway, it's a whole lot better. It's better here. So I think maybe as part of it is I'm always anxious as a doctor, but it's also it would make sense for me to have high blood pressure. Look at me, that makes sense too. But we'll see how bad it is. Also, I did promise the universe, the higher power, whatever you believe it in, that I would try to start working out again if I get through through COVID, and I can officially. I have to stop putting it off after I get my second vaccine, and that kicks in. So like June. I have no more excuses. Yeah. So I gotta go. So I probably will. I mean, I'm gonna start super slow because I'm, if not, I'll die. But I start getting back into it. Maybe eventually do classes again. Judo. I know I can always go with those guys and do judo with them. But probably not the first thing I'm gonna do. Definitely not the first thing I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I dipped my toe back into the workout thing with at Rev the other a couple weeks ago, and like popped my hip out, and it was definitely not good. I got knee sliced for the first time in a while.
Oh, that's fun.
No, my God! He did it right on like the pelvis bone. Like I felt it, and then like everything went to the left, and it was my left side, but everything just went. And I felt it, and I was like, it was not good, dude. Like I definitely, I have the high blood pressure as well. We're twinsies. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
These guys, look at us.
We're just a fucking picture of health. I mean, seriously, look at this sexiness. Look at this sexiness. I'm
not gonna do that. I'm not gonna listen.
Oh,
these amazing people tuning into this show for I don't know what reason. I have no idea.
Oh, look at the
entertainment value of this show. But then you give them this. You punish them. You give them this. Why do you do that? Not enough. We give them this. No, this is pretty solid. You know what? I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, Tim, you're fat, but you're not bad looking dude. You're not really.
No.
You're just fat.
That's the one thing that I got going for me, son, is the fact that I am like decent-ish.
Yeah,
here.
your teeth are straight. I got a gap there, but it's the thing. It's actually
my grinding's starting to get bad though. My grinding.
I have Tourette's, bro. I've been grinding my teeth for 33 years. So that's the only reason they've been held up this long is because I have genetically strong teeth, knock on wood. So I've gotten lucky, or else they would have been gone a long time ago. So this is going to be a problem eventually. So excited for that too. The future health problems, it's going to happen down the line. For example, my hip. I'm super flexible in my right hip. That's why go Plata, bro. That's my move because I can just throw it up. When I had my one fight, I escaped him out by throwing my leg over the guy's head and into his chest, pushed him off. right? We'll eventually get that video. I just keep forgetting to ask Scott about it, and I don't know what we do with it when we find it. So,
Oh, that will definitely be a video we show on this show.
100%. No, it'd be the entire show. We get Andrew on. It'd be fun.
No, D-Rest has a really good question.
Okay.
Was
I
that
can't see
my
the comments from this full screen anymore? So,
was that the nipple on the lower right side or side of your stomach? Oh, that was my stomach, sir. That was all just
there's a stretch
straight
mark.
up. And I have a weird belly button. Like my belly button's kind of like in inny yet in outie. I don't know what happened, but I got like this weird circle.
It's a half and half. You got a half and half.
Yeah, yeah.
You get this weird hybrid belly button.
Yeah,
Where's the hybrid?
like, dude, like the crevice on this thing, like the actual, it's like
Somebody
a crater on the moon.
Somebody was doing weird CRISPR splice experiments on Ray, and this is what they got. They got a weird alien belly button. That's what you get.
You gotta fucking dad at the pig roast. Like this is exactly, yes, especially with this shirt.
Have always looked like dad at the pig roast. Always.
I have, for sure.
You definitely have that. And I look like Uncle at the pig roast, so it kind of works. It kind of works out. So I mean, I definitely look like the drunk uncle for sure, and I drink it in. It's fantastic. Uncle Tim, fam. Uncle Tim.
Yeah, you can't use that
Uncle Tim. You were telling me this. I don't know. I don't understand. You have to explain to me why I can't use hashtag Uncle Tim anymore.
So the reason that like Uncle Tim is now a bad thing. Recently, I follow politics lightly. Like I get a lot of different sides and stuff like that. Just because I don't understand a lot of it myself. But Tim, I believe it's Tim Scott, who's a representative for South Carolina, did a rebuttal to Joe Biden's speech. What was it? Thursday of last week? I think it was Thursday of last week. And basically did a rebuttal like you do for the State of the Union. And Tim Scott, if you don't know, is also a black man. So this is even
that relevant
worse.
At all here, Ray? Does it matter at all? You have to bring that up.
Oh, I mean, for what they're calling him, yes, it is. I mean,
I believe you. It's relevant to the story. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, because this is coming from left-leaning people who supposedly have, the idea that everybody should be.
I forgot to vote today. I'm sorry.
Did you? Was there an election today?
I think it was like a local primary, but I know it's like I had one thing to vote on, but it's a county commissioner. But I know the guy running, so I was going to vote for him, but I just kind of forgot. It would have took me 2 minutes. Like it's right down the road, and there would have been no one there. It would have taken 2, but I just forgot. So I'm sorry, buddy.
But getting back to this, so Tim Scott did a thing talking about how America, in his eyes, is not racist, and the whole social justice thing to him is kind of not silly, but he doesn't understand a lot of it, and kind of just rebutted what Joe Biden had said on during his State of the Union address. And all of a sudden, right after that, thousands of Twitter accounts started using the hashtag Uncle Tim. And they were all like associated with like BLM and all those different kind of like sites. And so they were calling their own guy Uncle Tim because of the fact that he was a Republican, which is fucked, in my opinion. I think that's fucking weird. It's still one. I mean,
I didn't hear it, but I'm pretty sure. I'm just assuming that he's not saying that all these problems that exist don't exist. I think he's just saying the way we look at it is the way we label them.
Yes,
I'm assuming.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know, but and I'm not agreeing or disagreeing. I mean, I guess I wouldn't say that. I would say yes, there is a lot of racism in this country. So but I can understand. My point is,
I would say it's a small minority.
My point is, them giving him shit for it. I don't think that's. I mean, it's just the way he worded things. It's, but it doesn't surprise me at all because that's how the internet works. That's how people work now.
Yeah.
So
it's weird the fact that progressives and all these people are all of a sudden using basically calling him a sellout, and you're like, why? Like at least he spoke his mind and believed in something. Like, hey, you got to give the guy respect for doing that and going against his community line, really. I
You
mean,
think like it has to be kind of tough to be a black Republican sometimes? I mean, listen, I can't. I'm just assuming. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing because I'm assuming. Traditionally, I'm pretty sure the majority of black people in America lean left. I think statistically.
yeah.
I'm not making this up.
No.
Again, hold on. This is something we shouldn't be talking about, but we're in it now. We're in it. The two
I don't.
disheveled white dudes, we're in it now. But the point is, I'm saying that because we both know we don't know shit, but we're just guessing,
Yeah.
right? I'm just guessing it might, it has to be rough sometimes, even if he doesn't agree with everything, which I'm sure he doesn't, and I don't know. And I'm sure optically, it just looks bad to some people, and some people that's all they give a shit about.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they call him Uncle Tim, but I don't know what he's done in his career for his communities. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but
very possible.
The fact that I kind of respect him, and I consider myself a liberal dude. Like, my biggest claim to fame definitely is the fact that I'm a staunch atheist. So it's like, I'm not hardcore religion. I don't believe in a lot of the bullshit that goes on in any religion.
This is kind of why I thought you were a little more conservative beforehand. Because
I'm a liberal dude, man. Like, I'm for abortion.
Yeah, that stuff. But
pro-human rights.
You're definitely not far left. Neither am I.
I'm
more than you. I'm more than you, but I'm not.
You are. I consider myself socially aware, but not woke. Like,
I'm pretty liberal, but woke. Like I'm aware of it, but that doesn't mean I won't get up in arms about things.
Woke annoys me.
Sometimes, not all.
That's just me.
Sometimes I won't. Sometimes I do. It depends what you're talking about to me. It depends what we're talking about. Sometimes it gets ridiculous. But other times, it's I don't know. Sometimes there's a reason to get mad. Oh, here's a new one. People are calling Caitlyn Jenner anti-trans now.
I know. I was waiting for the hate so hard. Like, dude, I knew this was gonna happen. I fucking knew it.
I am for all trans rights, but not the biggest issue, just a issue that's really tricky. There's a lot of issues that are bigger, right? But what's really tricky is sports. It's a tricky one. And I don't think it should always be like a one size fits all option. I think it should be like by committee, no matter what, all the time. It should be investing, or they should look into it, whether a kid can or cannot. Sometimes I don't know, or just say that he'll have to play boy sports. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one, right?
And I can give an example of, like, I knew, and I don't know if she still lives in the neighborhood. But like, we had a girl in my middle school who I believe was an 8th grader, and she was a wrestler, and she was pretty damn good. Like, I would watch some of the practices every once in a while if I was in like detention or something. I'd like watch wrestling practice, and she held her own against her teammate.
Oh, finish your thought. Then I was going to say what I'm going to say.
And I'm for women wrestling men in high school sports. College, I think honestly that should be separate leagues, and I believe they do that.
That's what I was going to say.
Frank Gear's daughter, I believe, won recently a national championship, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I was going to say. I know a lot of states have separate wrestling divisions. Ohio does not.
No.
And we're a really competitive wrestling state too, but we don't. I think it's just because of numbers. They don't have enough girls who want to have a wrestling team. Mm-hmm. So if you want to wrestle, you have to wrestle the boys. And dude, any girl who does is a badass. I mean, listen, I mean that's
for sure.
Rough. That's tough, right? You're only guys all the time, and they're probably a lot of them are stronger than you. And yeah, maybe they're lighter classes, but that's not the point.
Now, do I think a girl should play football? I mean,
they can if they want to.
I don't know. You get some like female wide receiver going up against like a blue chip high school fucking like linebacker or safety, and he takes her head off. I'm not gonna like it.
I don't know her name, her first name, so it's not gonna reflect great on me. But there's a woman. She's Nick Mangold, who played for Ohio State and he played for the Jets and some other piece of center. His sister, whose first name I can't remember, played lineman in high school. She started, and I think now she's like a on the Olympic powerlifting team for women. So I mean, the
I was
point is,
about to
every
ask.
once
Like,
in a
there's a
while,
certain subset that can play
yeah,
like
just say,
football. I'm
every
kind
once
of
in a while,
saying,
usually they're kickers, right? Or
except for
wideouts.
that one college one. That girl, I felt bad for her, just like squibbing that fucking ball.
Hey, you know what? It was a big deal that she was the first one to score a point. I mean, the last woman in Division 1A, or what they call FBS now, that tried that. I remember it was a big deal. They put her in the game and the kick got blocked. So at least this girl, at least this girl made the kicks.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, that's hilarious. You get ready to be this like hero for your gender, then all of a sudden, wham! A man's hand comes
Yeah,
into
I
play
don't
again.
remember her name. I remember she started at Colorado, and then she didn't play, so she went to New Mexico. And the coach at the time for Colorado got some crap, like, "Why did you cut her from the team?" He's like, "I cut her from the team because you can't kick." That's what he said.
Mm-hmm.
They got a lot of flack for that. But the thing
Ah,
is, I mean, you see from the girl from Vanderbilt, she doesn't have an explosive leg. She can make you the extra points. She can make the
yeah,
extra points for sure. But her kickoff
I
wasn't. That's not the point, though. The point is, it's a barrier, and they needed some help, and they asked someone with a strong leg and a soccer team. They looked for someone, so they went to her.
yeah.
So good for her. I think that was great. They gave her, made her a finalist for the Groza Award, which was kind of weird because, I mean, what she did was a big deal. But I mean, the Groza Award. I mean, obviously she didn't win it, but
Yeah. And again, but what we're about to get into, and we will always throw this example out. I believe, like, I'm okay with females wanting to be in male sports, but what I don't like, and I will defend this until the end, is trans women in female sports. I don't like it. I find that to be cheating in a way if you're over a certain age. I mean, if you were like a kid and your parents transitioned you because you wanted to, kind of different because you caught it right before the hormonal stuff could really happen and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But if you're Fallon fucking Fox, you can go fuck yourself in a bag and a half, and I'm gonna fucking tell you to go fuck yourself every day of the week. Especially since he went into his 30s and then transitioned and got into female MMA. Like, no, I don't like that. I
no,
don't.
it was weird. Shoot, there's a point I was gonna make, but I'm drinking vodka, so I could forget it already.
Whiskey makes me have points.
Yeah. Shoot. What was it about? Women. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's the biggest problem is that, right? But I think also there's going to be eventually, like I said, I think eventually there needs to be more testing because I do feel bad for the athletes who just can't play sports anymore because they have gender dysphoria. They just can't. They say can't play sports anymore. You're like, kinda, and it's so I think that. It's a gray area, and I think we haven't figured it out the issue yet. But I don't think it's just let them play no matter what, and I don't think it's don't let them play no matter what. So I don't, I don't have an answer, but I think they should do more.
And I
research.
don't subscribe to having their own league. Like, it's
Oh, and if there's enough, absolutely, but it's kind of weird.
That's a weird
honestly,
thing.
You can if you tell them they all have to play with the boys, and that's also weird too. It just seems weird. I mean. Competitively, it makes more sense, but it just seems weird.
There's a lot of women out there that when they're in a sport that's predominantly male, they start to really work doubly hard, though. I mean, that's the thing is
I know there was an Olympian who made, I can't remember his name, but he made an Olympic team, and I think he's a runner. He made the team one Olympics as a woman, and the next one as a man as the team. I think that's true.
Interesting.
I don't think he didn't medal, but he made the team because you have to qualify. That's how Olympics work. If you don't qualify, so he earned his spot, and that's fantastic. But I think one thing that kind of happens with this, and you think about the gray area. I'm like, what are they going to do? Look into it more? Maybe there's testing because I know sometimes with estrogen things change, right? Sometimes your bones get less dense sometimes, depending on how long you've taken it or whatever. So I'm saying if there's more testing, what happens then, and it's happening now, some athletes, women athletes, there's a runner, I can't remember her name either or where she's from, but she gets accused. A lot of people think she may be a genetic male. I don't know if that's true or not. I mean, you look at her and you're like, maybe. But
you talking about JoJo?
No, I don't think so.
Because I was about to say that's a legendary story, and like track
No,
is.
she's competing right now.
Oh, okay, this is. I thought you
Yeah,
were talking about. I believe it was it JoJo Johnson. She was a
I'm not
female
sure.
track star for the United States during in the '90s, and she kept popping because her testosterone was so high, and I believe she ended. It was found out that she did steroids, if I remember correctly. But everybody
Yeah,
does steroids in the fucking Olympics, no matter who
yeah,
you
they
are.
try their best to get him out, especially now with the whole Icarus thing, and they try their best. But people
Yeah, but
find
you
new
know
ways to
that
get
shit's
around them
all
all the
happening.
time. Of course it is. But, I just have faith that they're at least trying. WADA is trying their best to try to get it out. I think they are. Um, but my point is, they're making her take testosterone blockers to get her levels down. And she may be, and very possibly is just a genetic female who just happens to have naturally
Yeah.
more testosterone, which should not be a problem. But it is now because
Well, I mean,
it is
it
kind of
is.
part
It
of
can
it,
give you
right?
a bit of an advantage strength wise.
It is something you're born with. Some people are born more athletic than the other
Yeah,
ones.
and
Some
that
people are
should.
born 7 feet tall. Some people are born 5'2". It's just one of those things.
And if you can prove that that has been a genetic thing for a long, long time, it should be forgiven for sure.
So now it's like I said. Now for her to compete, they make her take testosterone blockers. I'm almost positive,
Hey,
which is kind of strange to me
keeps
because
that
they're not.
mustache
A lot of
down,
people
son.
still think that she was a man at some point, but no, there's no evidence of that. But also, she's from a place that could be medical records. I have no idea. I have no idea. It's a murky area, but I feel bad for her because what if
Yeah.
she's just a testosterone fueled gal? That happens. There's a lot of estrogen filled dudes. I'm probably one of them. So
Uh
it just I got hair here, at the man boobs and whatnot. But anyway,
spotty
man,
facial hair.
trust. But I guess what I was saying, the point of the fact that people were saying Caitlyn Jenner's anti-trans, one of the first biggest, like the star trans activist, right? I mean, because
Mm-hmm.
when she came out, whatnot, and she was everyone knew Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner. All of a sudden, like I'm a lady, but this is also, you got to think of it this way. It's also coming from someone who won a gold medal in the Olympics as a man,
Mm-hmm.
right? So he's coming. Don't just think of it as Caitlyn coming at it from a trans angle. She's coming from an athlete angle, right? This is
Well,
someone who's
also,
competed in men's sports and beat all the men. And you would have said back then, if she would have transitioned then, if she was born at a different time and did, then she could compete against the women. Oh, she beat the men. What would she do against the women, right? Is that fair? That's what she's saying. And it makes sense. It's coming from an Olympian. So I think instead
yeah,
of saying she's anti-trans, like, hey, this Olympian that kind of knows what she's talking about has this opinion, and maybe we should look into it.
agreed. Agreed. And I mean, everybody liked her for the longest until she said she was a Republican, which fucked everybody up. I remember like being on Facebook when that was like being thing. All my Republican friends were giggling and laughing, and all my like liberal friends were saying nothing about it. I don't. I think there was like spotty posting, but it's like I mean, at least she's honest in who she is. And have you seen her advertisement for California to be governor of California?
She's running. That's awesome.
Yeah, she is running for governor against Gavin Newsom in that
What's funny?
that emergency election they're doing. Yeah.
I heard on the radio, local radio, which I've started listening to more lately, like my local hometown news radio. I'm like, what's going on with the town? I'm kind of interested now when I hear it. I'm like, oh, I do live here, and I never paid attention. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Anyway, apparently a lot of people in New Philly are parking on the sidewalk, and they were told to stop that. That's been a whole thing in town lately.
What
Don't
about the
park on the sidewalk.
tumbleweed? What about the
Now, tumbleweed,
tumbleweed problem?
dude, we have like 18,000 people in this town. We're not that bad. We're not tumbleweeds. Anyway, I heard on the radio, I heard a name. I didn't hear the name, but I just heard she decided to run for governor. I'm like, this is probably somebody I know of. So it's funny that you say that because I didn't know who it
Yeah.
was until
Yeah, it's Caitlyn Jenner. She is going to be running
that'd be the
for.
perfect Republican governor for California, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Trans
and
woman.
especially
Perfect.
former Olympian. Yeah, she. I don't think there's ever been an Olympian that's been a governor that I can remember.
There's been a Mr. Olympia, right?
Well, I mean, also the body decided to run
No,
in Minnesota.
I'm talking about Arnold, man. Whatever. He was a bodybuilding champion.
Well, yeah, but that was hilarious listening to people like just bitch about him being governor. I'm like,
Man,
what? Come
till this
on,
day,
man.
till this day, I love like old Arnold movies when he plays like a suburban dad, like Jingle All the Way. They just like don't talk about the fact that he's super jacked. Well, that's not too weird for a suburban dad, but and he has his accent. No one, he never really. He's
Yeah,
hard out Austrian accent, and
it's like
I don't know.
twins. It's like twins.
Twins
Like,
too, dude. Dude, years ago, I think it got stopped somehow, but I think they at one point they had a greenlit sequel to Twins, and what I heard was there's going to be a third twin, and it was going to be Eddie Murphy,
that would have been
and I
awesome.
still want that to happen.
Yes.
Sounds fantastically terrible.
Uh,
That'd be fun. I like twins. Who doesn't like twins? And Junior? Who doesn't like Junior?
Junior. Oh my god, that was such a weird. Like the first time I ever watched that movie, it weirded me out because I was like, "Wait a minute, Arnold Schwarzenegger is What?
If
What?
they're gonna remake everything, start remaking Junior. Let's remake Junior. Let's remake Twins. Nah, not
Should
twins.
remake Junior with Denzel Washington."
Perfect.
I
Actually,
think.
they would remake it with Kevin Hart or Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and that's who they would remake Twins with. Dwayne and Kevin Hart.
Well, didn't
100%.
they do
That's
that with that
well,
one cop film? Technically,
yeah, they did that. They've been in a couple movies, the Jumanji movies too, but
yeah.
they've been in together. But no, I think that'll be any studio who wants to make money off which if you want to make a comedy from the 90s, you would do it because you hope it makes money, and so you would your dream people would be The Rock and Kevin Hart for sure.
Yeah, they're the new it couple in
Sure.
like buddy
And
movies.
plus really that is a perfect for twins. If they redid Twins, yeah, that is kind of perfect.
Oh hell yeah, twins especially would be awesome, and then have the rocker Vin Diesel do Junior. I think that would be the year two to really kind of. I mean, you turned Groot into a pregnant dude. That would be kind of fun, to be honest with you. I think that would be hilarious.
A pregnant tree, dude. Okay, all right, Ray.
Uh,
All right,
I
your
am
opinion cards
Groot.
are all used up for the show. There we go. All done.
And Marvel
you do.
copyright.
And that's what happens.
Yeah. Speaking of, I'm going to scold you right now, by the way, sir. If you
Do
go back to, I believe it's episode 78 or 76, 75, something like that. We got a copyright thing. Yay! Copyright strike on
Looking
YouTube.
for the Jim Steinman stuff.
Yeah, I believe the Jim Steinman stuff.
There's either Jim Steinman or Savage Garden.
Or the Ginger as well on ESPN. What episode did we play that Ginger kid?
I don't remember. That was 2 weeks ago. I don't know.
Okay, so it might have been one of the. I think it was one of those episodes. We got a copyright because I believe
copyright for that.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's weird.
Yeah,
I thought we could play that kind of stuff.
No, you can't. It's ESPN. Even though it's on like the Siete.
Dude, we get like 20 views an episode sometimes, and most of the time, and like a couple of those are me. So like,
hey, the fact that we're even on YouTube's radar says we're doing something.
Well,
right?
It's automated, right? The copyright thing's automated, isn't it?
I'm not sure, but we're on YouTube's. We're on YouTube's definite list of people after that CDC joke.
Whatever. What's Alex Jones on? InfoWars. We're going to InfoWars, guys.
Yeah, we're gonna go to InfoWars, and then we're gonna take our stuff to Compound Media because we will be too shock jockey for Alex. I guarantee it. Actually, I'm getting a phone call. So let me see what this is about.
Damn it!
Hold on.
If it's Alex Jones, I'm quitting the podcast. Just so you know, I'm quitting the podcast. So this is Alex Jones. Again, this podcast was a lot better when I was doing it myself because I didn't have to put up with this shit from Ray. and his phone calls from Alex Jones. Where is he now? I have other shit to talk about. I got Mark Sansel to talk about. That state rep
Tim,
in Kansas who
Tim,
went all crazy in decency in the what?
why? Why do you
Hi,
not like
Alex.
me? Ray just said that you don't like me. I pop into every podcast that mentions me through the InfoWar studios. Frog's gay, whole nine,
Uh-huh.
whatever you want to say.
Alex, I feel like you suck on helium every time before you call us. Your voice isn't quite as gravelly as it usually is, and the pacing's right. The pacing's right, but you're just not quite as as usual. I don't. What's going
Because
on,
I'm
man?
trying to tell you that the globalists are going to be here. Don't you understand?
That's
Globalists are
better.
coming.
That's better.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, Alex.
I get a little worked up. I don't take my ovarian root. I think that's what it's called, ovarian root. It's got like little white things in the top of it. It's kind of weird.
What
I
else you
think those
got
are
there? You
eggs.
know what? Tell us something, man. What else you got at the Infowars.com? What do you got? Listen, my blood pressure's high. All right. What do you have at Infowars.com that would help that out?
Well, at Infowars for that, we have, I believe, for what you're talking about, is at least like 3 eggs and the blood of a virgin. Like that, Infowars.com sells blood of virgin pills. They're good for everything, much like black onyx. It cures cancer, or black oxygen, whatever it's called. That stuff that you bought from Pat Miletich. Um,
I did.
we
I
have
took some
water
today.
purifiers that make frogs less gay.
That's
So
let's
there's
get
that.
okay. Make frogs buy. I like it. All right.
Because bisexual frogs need to be talked about. They're an
Do they?
underappreciated group. I sound like a leftist now, and I don't know why that is.
There's never any. No, that's not going to happen. There's never any fear of you sounding like a leftist, Alex. But okay, so where do you get this virgin blood exactly that you use for these? Do these people get compensated to donate this blood, or do you take it by force?
We get it from the same Chiapas area that we get our coffee from. There's still some people performing Aztec rituals, and we say, hey, put a bucket underneath, hand it to Alex Jones.
Well, where do those people fund the virgins?
They're in their community. It's a annual cooking festival, I think it is, where they still cook human hearts. It's quite nice. I've had it a few times.
Well, how do they figure out who the virgins are?
They know. I mean, they know.
No.
There's a look. There's a
Yeah,
look
there's a
to a
look.
virgin.
Yeah, do they get them from the local Magic the Gathering tournaments or something?
They're all
Actually, you
wearing
know what?
glasses.
Those guys fuck. Those guys fuck. They do because
Magic the
there's
Gathering
girlfriends.
guys.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's like one girl and they're all fucking her. It's like a high school band. Everyone's fucking each other.
Ah, Tim, you're getting funnier. I'm gonna say, Ray, he's a little, he's dropped off in my opinion, especially after last week.
I know he didn't show up. I did the episode. Did show up by
Yeah,
myself. Listen, if I didn't like Ray, I just dump him, do this shit by myself.
I mean it's true. I think you would be better off on your own.
I think so
Um,
too.
and there may be a place just for you, in the Infowars family, and
Take it. Yeah, you know what? You need an MMA show or a sports show. We can do all sports. That's fine. We'll do whatever. We'll pretend like we know about NBA basketball and whatnot.
I
And
mean I
MLS.
don't know anything about those things because I don't really watch anything with balls.
Gotcha.
It's a
Yeah, you
weird
don't want.
thing.
Yeah, that's slippery slope, right? When you start watching shit with balls.
And then and then it's the panties and stockings. I don't. I've seen it go down dark roads.
Okay. Hi, Alex. Thanks for coming on, buddy. You take care now. I want to get Ray back on here.
All
I guess
right,
he's taking a piss. So, all right. Thanks, Alex.
all right. He'll be back.
All right. Thanks, buddy. That's Alex Jones, everybody. Uh, this is why this is why they say that we sound like a morning zoo show. This fucking. Which I mean, you know what? I'm kind of embracing it now because the thing is, I don't know. Like I had an idea for Ray to have a new segment the other day. I don't know, just fucking weird shit. We'll
Oh,
do
it's
it. Whatever.
happening.
Hi Ray, how are you?
Doing
Welcome
good.
back.
Sorry, my mom called. I had
Ray,
to like.
fix your thing. What's
Oh
going on?
no! Oh no!
Don't look at that, everybody. Don't look at that. See, that's why I say that Ray would be a terrible magician. Magician. He would be terrible in magic because he would tell everybody how I did the trick. He'd brag about it.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know. My voice gets fucked every time I fucking do that thing. I got to get better at more like efficient ways of doing.
I think they said
Oh,
I made the secret. You try to do it from the front of your vocal cords, like right here, instead of right here. Try to do it from here. Sort of like that.
I
Scott
mean,
Stapp had a problem with that apparently, but when he used to start singing for Creed, he almost couldn't. He'd do one show and they'd be out for like a week, but then he figured out how to actually give his rasp from the front there. So that's what I hear. I
it's
don't know. Scott
wind
Stapp
breathing.
hasn't got back to any of our requests. I don't think he likes MMA. I also try to get the fighter Scott Stapp who fought Michael Chandler one time, a different guy. Try to get him on. I wonder if people ask him for a request and he's like, "Dude, I'm not in Creed. You know, I'm not in Creed." It's like I had
Well,
2 MMA fights.
I mean, you should like get. We should try and get Scott Stapp the fighter on here. I would
He only had
ask
a couple
him like,
fights.
how annoying is it to be like to possibly because they see your name and they just go the guy from Creed and all you want to be is an MMA fighter in their eyes. Never really happens.
Yeah, and it makes it worse by asking him that. So maybe we shouldn't do
Uh,
it. Oh, I want to talk about this. Speaking of MMA, right? You got a lot of
yes,
crap to talk about. I'm actually really excited. Today was one of those days where I'm just kind of like feel weird. And not bad weird, but it's kind of like energy's more than usual. I'm like, what's going on? I don't know. The only
I
reaction
noticed
expressed
that
that
like the people I ran into today were just dickheads. Like
yeah.
every person I ran into today was just like had an attitude, and I'm
Well, I'm
like,
kind of,
what the
I'm kind of
fuck?
manic and mood swingy, so I'm just, that's all I get. So I'll have a crash soon. But like right now, I was like, brr, 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 brr. So that's me. That's my impression of me. But anyway, MMA. This today something happened. I don't know how often this happens. For the card Saturday, today we got 2 new fights on Tuesday for the card Saturday that are going
Yeah,
to serve as the main event and co-main event, right? Sandhagen and Dillashaw got pushed because Dillashaw's hurt or has a cut or something.
yeah, it's actually pretty. It's pretty gnarly. I'm not gonna
No,
lie. I
I
saw
believe
the
it. No, I
the
believe it. He
picture
would
on
fight.
Twitter.
Listen, no one's going to say TJ Dillashaw isn't tough. You say he's a cheater. That's true.
That
But
is
he's tough. But
TJ
coming
Needleshaw.
in to save the day, a really, really fun fight. Michelle Watterson and Marina Rodriguez. Rodriguez is coming off that win of Miranda Hebus, which she knocked her out twice, kind of, because Herm Deep kind of messed it up a bit. But she's Hebus is also on the card. She's fighting Angela Hill, which will be fun. And then also, I talked about a lot last episode, so we don't need to go over it again. All right, Ray. Talked about Diego Sanchez getting cut by the UFC and his insane trainer and his fucking wacky the phone call and the whole thing. We went over it. We talked about it. It's
Yeah,
funny. I feel bad. I love Diego, man. I just think Diego was already kind of nuts, and he kind of aligned himself with a guy who's already more nuts. This is his trainer, Josh Febia, and
bless you.
thank you. And then it's just unfortunate if he's having some issues with stuff. And I mean, you know what? Everybody loves Diego, and he's
Oh yeah.
fought his heart out for years, and it's always fun to watch him fight. So goodbye, nightmare. But
Yeah,
Donald Cerrone needed a new fight, new opponent, and he's going to fight Alex Morano. I like Alex Morano. He's okay. He fights a lot. He's fought a lot of tough dudes. Doesn't always win, but he's tough. I think this is a good opponent for Cowboy. Cowboy hasn't win in a while. Morano's a good opponent. I like this. This is the guy I said before. My uncle used to be one of his sponsors back in the day when
yeah.
he first came into the UFC.
Which is hilarious to me that you're like one. It's like 6 degrees of the UFC, and you've lived like a few degrees in your life, like
Yeah,
being
right.
around guys.
Yeah,
And
Cody and then I said this before. Matt Schnell is fighting Alex Perez soon, but like Matt, I think
Yeah.
not when Matt Schnell was fighting his last fight. My uncle texted me. He's like, "Hey, do you know who Matt Schnell is? Because I'm flying with his dad right now. My uncle's an airline pilot.
Yeah.
Apparently, Matt Schnell's dad is also an airline pilot." And yeah, they talked about it. He was in Abu Dhabi at the time, and his dad couldn't go obviously because well, number one
Mm-hmm.
is they didn't have anybody there, but he was working with my uncle, so that was neat. Whatever. And yeah, like I said, I know a bit. I mean, he knew who I was when he lived here, but I haven't talked to him in years. So Cody Garbrandt. So
Yeah.
but I know
Cody. I recently just saw on my Instagram, I was looking, and you can see that at Ray Hyclack for people. And remember, at Dig Denko for this sexy beast right here who rarely ever posts.
I do, but you know what? There was a time in my life, like if I had all this social media when I was younger, I would post constantly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like maybe I take too many antidepressants. I just don't have any good ideas, or think I don't.
That
So I
is
just
a
like,
thing. That is a
maybe.
thing that I noticed when I was on antidepressants, man. Like you kind of just lose your creativity and don't really want to do anything. You kind of just want to sit there. And I
I'm
didn't
not
like
going to
that.
say I lost my creativity, but I will say I may have to work at it more, and I have to like like if I decide to do something, I can get going. But I kind of have to do that more now. Every once in a while, I just have a random idea or whatever, and like
Yeah.
I can go with the flow in this podcast, but like, and that's helped me. Actually, this podcast has helped me with that. But it's just
Yay.
what?
I'm
Oh, it's the
helping
yay. Okay.
people with
Yeah,
the
right.
power of podcasts.
Power podcast. Hey, you know what, dude? This podcast. No matter who listens to it, it's been tons of fun, and it is tons of fun. I look forward to it every time, and it was a great thing to start. It's made me feel better just in general as far as my
Yeah.
depression and whatnot. Not completely, but a little bit because I have something to do, something I like to do, and it's fun to do, something to prepare for, more or less, and it's fun, and I like to do it. So and we started it in the pandemic. And we probably wouldn't have started it if it wasn't for the pandemic, although we did talk about it before. But, main thing is that I never realized, I actually didn't even know that we could do it like we're doing it. I didn't know we could just do it from our homes via Zoom or whatever, StreamYard. I didn't even think that'd be a possibility. I'd be like, we have to meet up every week, and that would be a huge thing because we live 100 miles apart. So, but I didn't even think about that, how easy it really is to start it. But anyway, the point is, it's been fun, and I'm going to keep doing it, man. And,
I love it.
listen, people who listen to us, if you like us, I don't know, tell us why, because we don't know why, and we love you for it. And then try to tell more people.
Yeah,
So.
share us out.
Because the more people we have, we'll start doing weird. I mean, I have ideas for all kinds of crazy shit we can do, but it's kind of not worth it if only like 2 or 3 people are going to see it, right? So I'm like, I don't know. We have ideas.
I think honestly we need our own sketch space. With me working right now, I have been looking at commercial property that I can possibly lease out.
Hey, they're building storage units across the street. They're pretty much done now, or at least some of them are. Buy one of the storage units.
That's actually an idea at one point.
Thing is,
not gonna lie.
If you could come down here, we could do it here. But the thing is, 100 miles away.
I would want someplace we could meet in the middle and make it like a Saturday night thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Hang out.
We could do maybe one a week from the yeah, maybe.
And then do sketches on like a Saturday night watching UFC and shit like that, live streaming our reactions. I want to do that's the end goal of this podcast is to almost Rogan ourselves, but in like Ohio, where we have a place
in our way.
Go.
I mean, we're never going to become his podcast, but we're doing our own thing.
But I'm saying where we can have our own place for cheap and
for sure.
And make content, do all that, and have some fun with.
Well, in reality, we could probably like if we get we're talking about the podcast out loud, right? We're thinking out loud here. But here's the thing: if we get more, if we had 100 people per live stream, or even if we had 50 in the chat.
Well, I was about to say, if we had 50 people live with us and chatting, and for all the guys that are watching this right now, D-Res, Casey Jones, please do us a favor. Share us out. Like, I know we're supposed to do comments and all that kind of stuff, but
all those people, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say we're both depressive,
Sure, sure,
lazy
sure,
human beings.
sure.
So
No, I do it sometimes. I get an MMA holes chat sometimes. And again, congrats to them and their baby, the little girl. To those people, like, tell those people to come over from the MMA. There's so many. Right? Sometimes they have a couple hundred or more in the chat over there. Tell those people to come to the Billboard Plata shows and chat with us. You know what? Because listen, we read right now. We have the ability to read everyone's a message, most likely,
yes,
unless it's something stupid, or at least put them up. They can't
Casey
always do that,
Jones. This is
right?
my favorite chat of the day. To
Right.
be honest with you.
We can do that. They can be part of the conversation, right? And then we can make it a whole thing back and forth. That's why the reason we do live streams. And the truth is, our live streaming was kind of on live support. Whether we're going to keep doing it or not until MMA holes picked us up. So thank you to them. And now we're a live stream show now. We just are now. Maybe that won't be a thing forever, but we are now, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
we're also going to have interview. Man, we haven't had a good interview in a while. We got to get that done.
Yeah. Isaiah Watkins is probably, besides Pat Miletich, just because of the name
100%.
in general.
100%. You're right.
Isaiah Watkins was probably our greatest interview we've ever done, just because that kid is a personality.
It's all him. Like I just got a hold of, like, he was like a, what I'm looking for, the phrase I'm looking for, pleasant surprise. Like, he was just like,
oh yeah,
I just got a hold of him because I knew he was funny, guy we know, Brogan, and we were gonna have Brogan on too, which that didn't work out on our end, but and we got everything we could have wanted and more in Isaiah, and we're gonna have him on again for whatever. I just want to have him on to talk. He's just great, and congrats to Isaiah Watkins, by the way. He just had a gender reveal party. He put it on Facebook, and they're having a boy. Did you see the video when he's?
Oh, dude, he ran like somebody.
So
see, here's the thing. It looked like somebody gave him a fucking. If somebody did a card trick in front of him, he just ran away. And I'm like, that is amazing, and how happy
what we're talking about
was
is his gender reveal. They put like the chalk in something, and they put him on mitts, so where they'd had him, throw like a 1-2 into the mitts and then explode, and the color chalk would be blue or pink, and he would know. And it came out blue, and he just started screaming and sprinting away from everybody. The kid is a fantastic personality. I feel like we discovered him as a personality, not as a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have him on as much as he'll come on. I love him. I want nothing but good things for him. The only time I wanted him to lose is when he fought Brogan, but that's not personal.
And I picked him and fucking won like a champ.
You did win. It was a good fight. Did you see the fight? It was a good fight.
I'm gonna have to watch
a couple times.
I haven't watched it.
That kid has good hands. But it's anyway. I
called it in the interview, sir.
Okay.
Because I knew that kid had good hands from that fucking video you sent me that he was in before we interviewed him.
I did too.
Dude, I love boxing.
Brogan's my dude. I can't not pick Brogan, and plus I actually thought Brogan would win. But he got caught a couple times. The guy has great hands. However, what was I saying? Oh, we're talking about the interviews. Sometimes we'll do it like that, maybe with some of the amateurs or something. We just, if we don't know them or how they're going to be, we'll have them on a live stream like we had Isaiah. And sometimes when there's someone we want to sit down with and just have a normal interview with, we'll record it and put it up. Now, that Pat Miletich video has still never been up, right? Come on. Bro.
I have it, though. I have it rendered.
You've had it for months.
I'm aware.
You've said it. You said the words to me. Absolutely tonight, sir. Believe me, multiple times. I'm paraphrasing, but you said it like that. Definitely tonight, like 8 times.
I know. I'm not going to make that promise. I'm just going to put it up randomly now and shock the shit out of you. That's fine.
And do we give up on the audio sites because you're not putting them up? And now we're doing
in
live
a way, I'm looking into another place right now. The price range is actually pretty nice. They help with like boosting if you pay monthly. I'm not going to make any decisions just yet. But I will be also hiring an editor here soon, who will have control of our editing, and I'm going to make sure that they can do it on a regular basis to where I send them, they put it up, and we don't have to worry about it because we're both, as you've said earlier, lazy bastard right here when it comes to the fucking audio side. Yeah. So we need to hire somebody that can do stuff for us 24/7 pretty much.
Well, if you can't find someone that we know, which I'm sure we can, You can
Yeah,
always go to Fiverr, bro.
this is true.
But I'm sure there's people on there that are reliable and would do great work for us for cheap. We just have to find the right one. We just never know if we're gonna find the right one or not. Maybe trial and error. Dude, you can find a lot of cool shit on Fiverr, dude. I'm thinking about making a metal album on Fiverr.
That would be fun.
No, actually, not me. My buddy Lord Thoven, Don Tracker. I don't know if you've met him.
Yeah, I met, and not only have loved Lord Thoben.
Yeah, Lord Thoven.
We need to
He's
get
thinking
Lord
about-
Thoben on this show.
Oh yeah, him and Alex Jones. Then
I'm not gonna lie, that would actually be a really fun episode.
it'd be fun for us, but no one else.
Oh, I think honestly, you have Alex Jones and Lord Thoven take over the Bro Plata one day. Just like I guarantee you, our views will jump just because
Anyway,
people
Lord
be like, "What the
Thoven
fuck
is
is this shit?"
Lord Thopen is a level 15 half-elf wizard, and he's also a comedian. He hasn't done comedy in a while, but he's going to get back to it. He's telling me. He's been hiding for a
Is
while.
he?
That's what I hear. We'll see.
mean,
you know what? He's telling me that I need to get up more first, and then maybe if I start getting up more, he'll get up. That's how it goes.
What about is he open to a podcast?
Possibly.
Because I think a Lord Thoben podcast, he would be the next Chip Chipperson for sure.
Maybe.
I think he would be the next great podcast character.
He really wants to start a band. He already has the name. It's going to be called Lord Thoven and Thunder Legend. Is the name of the band, and it's going to be a metal band, a symphonic metal band. He's going to sing. It's going to be good stuff. I think it'll be great if he's just get the band together, right? So,
yeah, I honestly, I want to get Lord Thoben on for an interview on Bro Plata. I think, honestly, I've got questions.
I mean, I'll let him know.
He has to clear
I know
his
how he
schedule.
is. You're going to have to send the questions ahead of time.
Yeah,
You have to email them to him. Because he's going to look at them and make sure they're all right. Then he'll talk about, no surprises with Lord Thoben. You know how he is.
No, yeah, he's a very temperamental guy.
Also, man, listen, I'm going to be directing the Lord Thoven movie, hopefully happening soon here in the summer. So,
well, I want to be a part of that project for sure. Even as an extra, I think it would be kind of fun to be in his presence.
At very least, there's a part. It's a very small part, at very least, that you can do. If not, maybe something else. But you got to read for it, man, because I'm really excited about this and I want it to be good. So,
yeah. I get it.
I'm going to make you audition for my movie because
even for an extra, like just a dude walking in a scene.
No. There's one character that you won't have to do much. It's not really an extra because it's all taking place in an apartment, so it's not really extras. But there is one small part for a dude that you could probably do. But there's also other parts they might be able to do too. Who knows? Maybe you could do the lead. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Probably not. But maybe.
I'm the best friend. I'm not the lead.
Gotcha. Well, you know what? The lead in this one, we're talking about nonsense. You know what? We don't care.
No, this gets interesting.
The short film that we were going to make, the lead in this one is kind of like the best friend. It's kind of like the point. He's kind of a bit awkward, right? And that's kind of the point. Anyway, it's time to do something about this.
Okay. Booze time. Booze time.
Booze time.
I will take the camera off of you and put it on my sweet mug. Go get your booze, you fuck. As I've already sort of turned red, but hey, how's everybody doing? Leave a comment, and I'll read them while Tim is going to get alcohol. What'd you guys think of the Dominic Reyes Yuri fight? I want to hear what you guys had to say about that. And I liked the finish. Dominic Reyes just was beaten up by the second round. He was complete. Yuri definitely came in and destroyed Dominic, and it's kind of, I don't know. I was reading some stuff as well via the interwebs, if you will. But I like the fact that they're already touting this kid, and he should be honestly a title contender right now, just because of the fact that he dominated a title contender the way he did for, a round and a half, round and three quarters, whatever you want to say. and it was definitely it was a beating. I didn't like the sort of eye rate or like hand across the eyes kind of thing. I think honestly he should have kept at least a close fist on that. But all in all, man, this kid is going to be huge. And if you want to post anything, let us know if you came from the MMAholes.com. MMA Holes, congratulations again to them for having the kid. But for them to have us on their network is completely awesome, and we appreciate them every time. Again, leave MMA Holes if you're an MMA Hole old OG. Leave that comment as well, and obviously we'll post it during the live streams. We always do these 2 times a week. You can catch us on at Plata across the internet. We are everywhere. We have interviews also up on Spotify with people like Pat Militich, which is one of my favorite interviews we've ever done, along with, as we just said, Isaiah Watkins out of Indianapolis, Indiana. He is a savage of a human being and one of the best up-and-coming fighters I've ever met personality-wise. Brogan Enders, Andrew Law has been on the show a few times. If you don't know who these fighters are, check them out, motherfuckers, because they are the future of this business. And also, Andrew trains a lot of savages as well. We've got Lucas Mast up there as well. But just go search us out wherever you find your stuff, because honestly, we need the what's it called? Adoration of you people. We appreciate every single one of you. And Tim is back, so that's how you kill at least minutes, motherfucker. That's how the comedian in me just killed 2 minutes, Tim. It's fun. Did I tell you what I did yesterday, by the way? I don't think I did. I went to Make 'em Laugh Monday at the B-side and did a roast battle.
What?
I did a roast battle yesterday for the first time in maybe like 3 years, and I realized I don't belong in roast battles.
Who'd you do a roast battle against?
Gabe Gary. It was at Make 'em Laugh Mondays at the B-side in Cleveland. It's a
Okay, you know what? The only person I'll roast battle is you, and that would actually probably be pretty fun.
It would be.
But I'm a sensitive boy. Well, not from you. Like I'm just in general, I'm a sensitive boy.
My
And I know
favorite.
this, right? And
Yeah.
if you know, and if you can't stand the heat, stay out of the kitchen. So I mean, but honestly, I'd get over it. And it's not like I wouldn't get mad at anyone, not at all. It's just I'll be like, he's right. I'm a piece of shit, fatty, bullshit. Man. People make fun of me for that all the time too. But I'm just like whatever. So probably won't be that bad.
What's the greatest roast joke that's ever been told about you? Do you know that joke?
Jeremy Shear. Oh, back in the day, comedian Jeremy Shear he wanted to start roast battles, so he started doing on Facebook with people. You remember that? He'd do that to you?
Yeah.
He would just, everyone he knew, he'd just be like, you look like blah, blah, blah. And we went back and forth. It was fun. I had some good jokes on him. I thought it was funny. And the only one I remember is you look like you get your hair cut at the Lilith Fair. And I think that was hilarious. That's the only one I remember. I know he had a lot of good ones, but that's the only one. I told him he looks like he does roller derby under the name Lady McMeth.
Oh, that's awesome. My favorite roast joke is through Jeremy Shear when he was doing the roast battle show in Lakewood.
I was supposed to do against Spider Jones, but I had a car issue, as I often do.
Yeah. It's all good.
It's fun. I think it would have been fun. I mean, I don't know Spider that well. I had a couple things. I know he has a heart issue. It's mostly going to be about his heart issue.
But Jeremy closed the show, every show, by doing like a roast recap and roasting every person that did a roast battle that night.
I didn't like that. I heard that. I'm like, so you get to just roast everybody at the end, and they don't get to roast you back? That doesn't sound fair to me. It sounds weird.
Well, he made one that was pretty fun about me, which was
I'm sure it was funny, but it's
at least at one point I did pest control, and he did it where he goes, Ray Highclack does pest control, and I think I speak for everybody in the room when I say, Ray, the next time you fumigate a house, do us all a favor. take your mask off and take a nap.
Oh,
It's one of the best like insult jokes I've ever heard, like ever to me at least. Like I love
another
that
one I
joke.
had on Jeremy is he looks like somebody. Let's see. Shoot, I can't remember the wording. It was basically okay. No, someone, a real estate agent pays someone to keep you from sleeping on the benches with their face on them. It was something like that. Something like that.
that's that's awesome. Oh, I love it. It's a good time, man.
Anyway, but I'm not. It's not that mean though.
Yeah, but
Anyway, we got
yeah.
things to talk about, don't we? Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to do Hero of the Week.
Ooh, yes. Let me get the graphic up. I'm working on graphics right now because I got Canva for 30 days. So Daddy's been working with stuff.
Listen, we need to find someone to do a logo for us. Like, I'm fine with paying somebody, but we just got to, number one, we have to figure out what we want. That's the hardest part because I don't really know what we want.
No,
I like the backgrounds, but for a logo, we need to source that out. I think someone who knows what they're doing.
yeah. I mean, I'm down.
Buddy, Brian Gallagher does good drawings. We might be. He did one for John Brown. Maybe we could talk to him about it. Anyway,
Can you do animation too?
I don't know. Well, we can look that up on Fiverr. Anyway, we're just talking about the show. As we're on the show, which is fine. You're all part of it. That means you all get to have input as well. Hero of the week.
Hero of the week.
Okay. Hero of the week. Let me look up the actual name here. Hold on. Hero of the week. Virginia's Girl Scouts of America Skyline Troop. Heroes of the week.
Okay.
Right. I mean, listen, girls. I don't know how much you know about Girl Scouts, but a lot of their fundraising is from their cookie sales. Have you had Girl Scout cookies before?
Yes.
Of course, right? Of course, they're fantastic, right? But in the times now, yeah, kinda. Yeah, kinda. I heard that one a lot too. I was gonna say,
Except without the musical talent.
Hey, I can sing.
I'm aware, sir.
Have you actually heard me sing? Like really, for real? Like karaoke or something?
No, but I actually want to do karaoke with you one night.
Oh, for sure. No, it's a lot of fun with me because I'm totally into it.
Well,
Yeah.
Terry
I haven't done it in over a year.
Terry McNeely is coming to the Funny Stop. I am going to do everything in my power to go to karaoke with Terry McNeely because he loves karaoke.
Red Fox? Yeah, I love karaoke too.
Not at Red Fox. Borrow DeMario in downtown Cuyahoga Falls. They do Thursday night karaoke too.
Okay, that's fine. Thursday I can handle. Anyway, so I mean, look, COVID. How are you going to sell these cookies? A lot of things. What they do, they put up their kiosks or the little their tables or whatever, and sell them and bother you when you go to Walmart, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be bothered by anyone. And they're like, you want Girl Scout cookies? And you're like, no. But you look at these 10-year-old girls and you're like, I'm not want to be a fucking asshole, right? And you're like, and they're selling good product. Their cookies are good, right? Like, they're soliciting basically, and they're hounding you down. That's what they do. That's how they make their money. All right. They get in your face. They're aggressive. They make you buy their cookies to make you feel shitty about your life if you don't. That's what they do. That's the thing. They're hustling. I understand that. But right now, no one's letting them set up anywhere. So they're like, how are we going to do this? Right? How are we going to bother people?
But you can get them online.
Sure you can, of course. But they're saying most troops, right? The troops, they each need to make their money, right? They need to make their quotas, right? So this troop in Virginia has an idea. They got fucking drones, Ray.
That's dope.
They got drones, fam.
That's dope.
That's right. Now, if you order Girl Scout cookies from this troop, there's going to be a robot flying over your house, scaring the shit out of your dogs, right? Getting in your personal space, and then dropping off your Nilla wafers or whatever the hell the Zambonis or whatever the hell the cookies are called. Listen, like, I don't want to get the COVID, so I don't want to get too close to the Girl Scouts, but I'll gladly have an 8-year-old like break a window with a racket through my house. Apparently, they're not actually flying them. Someone else is flying them for them. But I'm like, that's fantastic. Just flying through town, dropping off cookies for people. It's the way of the
I
future, right? That's going to be it, man. It's going to be drones giving Girl Scout cookies. Eventually, they're going to have their own drones with Girl Scout colors. But listen, this Girl Scout troop is ahead of the curve here. All right, no one's getting sick from these girls. They're fucking dropping them off bomber style. Hero of the week.
all the drones have speakers on them, and when they like, they're playing "Flight of the Valkyries" from
Yeah,
what was that movie? Why can't I remember the movie with the fucking helicopters? The Vietnam movie. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Smells like victory. Stanley
Toddlers
Kubrick.
Now?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that helicopter. There's just like an army that of just drones blaring "Flight of the Valkyries," dropping off Thin Mints and shit. Like that would be awesome. Here's your what do they call what's I don't order that many Girl Scout cookies.
I don't remember. There's Thin Mints. I know that. I don't remember the names of them. They have weird names. Some of them,
Like
peanut butter
Choco chunk fucking cookies. Just all of a sudden, like land through a bay window. Just
sure.
you get fancy with it. It does a backflip after it scores.
Actually, they're going to be doing it, and your boxes are going to have recording devices on them because the Girl Scouts are working undercover with the CIA to spy on us.
Are you telling me it's a new world order? Are you telling me it's a new world order?
Probably. That would be the deep state is actually Girl Scouts and the drones. Anyway, I read that, and listen, sometimes the hero of the week comes to me. Sometimes I had to find it. I had to find this one, but it was good. I liked it. It was solid. Hero of the week's been fun. I like coming up with one every week. Sometimes there's a lot that qualify, but this is the Girl Scouts, man. They did pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's ingenious, dude. Ray,
I was with my brothers on the weekend, Saturday, and we got drunk and bought Indians tickets. And look, so I'm set up to see like 4 games before the All-Star break already. I saw one. We got one with you next month, and then but Memorial Day we're going to the doubleheader in Cleveland. Pretty excited for that.
Nice.
I do hate the new rule. 7-inning doubleheaders is stupid.
I like baseball.
It. I hate it because I'm a purist, as you know.
Yes.
I don't like it at all. I am happy I at least got to see one normal doubleheader. That was a day night though. I had to buy 2 tickets. This the thing is now I don't think they're going to be doing too many day nights because it's ridiculous to ask someone to pay for 2 less innings, normal price, right? So we're getting both games for the one price, right? Our tickets were like $60 after fees. And we're staying up there. There's actually just 6 of us going. We bought 4 tickets, and then there are 2 other buddies decided they want to go. I'm like, we're not going to be able to get tickets together because of COVID, but we can get in the same section. So we got the same section. I had to front it all, but everybody paid me back. All good. I'm looking to go to maybe another game this month, maybe the Twin Series or the Blue Jay Series. Dude, I don't know if you figured this out, but I've been so deprived for baseball for not going last year that I want to go as much as I can this year. So
yeah,
I'm going to. I probably want to get at least 10.
I will say this though, like I am kind of spoiled as a baseball fan, because
Pirates fan?
Well, it's not even that, dude. It's the fact that like my mobile subscriber is the official like provider of the MLB. So I get MLB TV I've given you the MLB TV stuff.
No, I told you I didn't need it because I just watched the Indians, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, and they're almost always on market. But if you're a Pirates fan, which you are, if you want to watch Pirates, you need that. So
I always use that every year. I go to games when I can. Like this year, luckily, you and I we're going June 20th. Taking
very
a pro
excited for that. Very excited.
Me too. I'm excited for you because you've never experienced this place. And
you're gonna see a happy face on my face because that's when I walk into those places at ballparks. I love it to begin with. Yeah. This is a new ballpark for me, and I'm very excited about it. So.
I don't think you've ever seen this, but I will cry when we walk in that place. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't get to that point, but I feel it. But I'm also buying into depressants. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Progressive Field is my favorite place to go. Like, I love performing, and I need to do more of it because I've been Jones and I've been really missing it. But just
Not a
going. That's my
fan.
favorite place to go. What, Progressive?
Yeah, not a fan.
Not the fan.
I like Coors Field. Coors Field was always fun. Mainly because it was when I was smoking cigarettes. There's actually smoking sections where you can watch the game and have like smoke cigarettes, drink alcohol, do the whole nine.
They do not have that at Progressive. They have no smoking
No.
section. But you can leave and come back. So
Yeah, but there's no real fun in that, really. I mean, to me, I loved Coors Field. Like, that's my number 2 ballpark. My number 1 will always be PNC Park. I watched so many games there as a kid.
you
Like,
need to get to Fenway, man. You need to get there. You'd appreciate.
I need to go to Fenway once I'm vaccinated. I want to do that once.
It's a difference. Do you go? Let me know. You know, I always do stupid trips with you, especially if we go places like that.
I was actually thinking next year, taking my vacation time and doing an East Coast trip and go visiting our buddy Sean Lynch and everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I got lucky when I went to Fenway. I had a show the next day, paid gig, so that worked out.
Well, I'm going to try and do that for myself.
Yeah, right. You hope that works out. It's kind of worked out for me that way. But you'd appreciate that. It's not as comfortable as other parks because it's smaller as far as the standing room goes.
Well, it's older too, so
yeah, because it's so old. Yeah, and it's like it's a hike to every bathroom, but it's like I'm watching baseball in a museum. It's awesome. You'd appreciate it a lot. It's great. It's like a Fenway. I have a great picture.
You know what my goal is in life is, because I don't like this team that much. I want to stay in Wrigleyville in Chicago, and pee on Wrigley Field. It's my goal.
Indians have 2 games at Wrigley this year.
Because I hate Chicago. I hate the.
I have no one to go with me, or so I go. It's like in July, I think. They come to Cleveland for 2 games in like a week or so.
But you want to talk about like people want to talk about like some of the worst fans in professional sports. I would say it's the Braves. Probably the number 1. Atlanta in general has horrible fans. It's like Miami. They have other things to do in Atlanta and Miami, but Chicago Cubs fans are some of the biggest dickheads I've ever met in my life, and it took them 100 years to win a World Series. And you're just like, you have no right to fucking claim that you're a great franchise. I'm sorry.
The thing is, they're aware they're not a great franchise, but they're a storied franchise, and
even then, fuck them.
Right?
I hate the Cubs.
No, talk about. All right, I saw an article about the Browns draft. I know you got mad about a road closing. You could rant on that in a second, but
yeah,
a lot. But the thing is, like, as I was there, I saw the structure they built because I was staying on right on Lake Erie, the Hilton downtown when I went to the Indians game, and downtown's Cleveland is nice. It is really nice. Like, I don't know. People think Cleveland, I don't know what they think, but like downtown, the Gateway area is pretty nice. Yeah, it is. You walk around there. Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Wait, what are you talking about? The Gateway area where the stadiums are?
Is it? I mean,
yeah, it is. Most of it, yeah. There's a lot of nice restaurants and bars. It's clean.
Is it?
I didn't see any homeless people.
Yeah, that's impressive, because like I always go on homeless day. Apparently, every
I don't really. Yeah, you don't see many at least.
See, I'm always down there.
It's real nice now. I mean, it didn't used to be, but it is now. But like,
I don't know. I don't think the Romo Fijo is any good. Like, it doesn't. It just looks too corporate, like too glass filled. I like the old Gun Arena.
Number 1, it's the same building, Ray. And also,
is it? No.
Yeah, it's 100% the same building. I mean, it's been renovated, but yeah. If you're talking about the, what was it called? The Coliseum in Richmond, it'd be different. Where they used to play back in the day.
Yeah.
But, I'm saying it's just like, I don't know. If you think maybe Cleveland's a bad place, you'd be afraid to go downtown. Like, you don't have to be. No, it's real nice. It's nice. You're fine. There's nice restaurants and bars. It's a good place. It's nice. It's touristy. It is. There's a House of Blues. There's all kinds of stuff to do. It's a good place. I know you like to give a shit, but you can't say it's not
Well,
a nice area. It's a clean
let
area.
me
It is. It's not
let
like
me.
it's not. You don't get nervous. There's a casino down there. You don't get nervous walking around. It's not like
I
that.
I was actually just about to bring that point
It's
up.
nice for a
When
stroll.
yeah,
You work. You
yeah,
walk in
it's
the
a
middle of the night, and it's fine. It's a nice area. Like my point was, a lot of people at the NFL draft said they were pleasantly surprised when they were coming in from other areas about Cleveland because I heard other things, and they see. I'm like, yeah, because the Gateway area is nice. That area is nice. My
uh,
point, but Pittsburgh Steelers fans apparently said they were really surprised how friendly all the Browns fans were, and they didn't get hazed. I'm like, yeah, because we're not fucking assholes. That's my point.
well,
You're
you
not
guys
fucking
are
asshole
game
fan
day
base.
for sure.
What's the game day though? And you give it back. Listen, when I went to the Indians game, there's a lot of Yankees fans. And I liked it. Listen, I'm going to be an away fan with you, and you think I'm not going to be talking? I'm going to be talking. Especially if we're winning. We better fucking win, dude. Oh man, we better fucking win that game.
If the Pirates beat
win
the
another game,
Indians,
it better
I
be that
swear
fucking.
to God,
The thing is, they'll
I
probably
will
win
not
one
let
in the
you,
series, but it better not be that fucking game. I hope we get
dude.
Shane Bieber pitching. He throws a fucking perfect game.
Dude, if we go to that game and the Pirates win, I'm already going to be I'm going to be buying, like, because the money I make, I can, like, drop right now on, like,
Okay.
$135 for a fucking jersey. I'm finally going to buy myself a jersey.
Gregory Polanco.
Yes, Gregory. Thank you. Don't be a white man and not know how to pronounce Latin names.
Greg Planko.
I don't like that Planko. Who the hell is that Planko kid?
Like the Indians used to have this guy named Frank Linder.
Yeah, that Linder kid. He could definitely hit. I liked him a lot. But like, dude, I hope we end up on what do they call it now? Or Root Sports or whatever it's called, AT&T Sports Pittsburgh. My goal is to see us and me just like fucking with you every run we score if we score runs. But it's the Pirates, so I already know we're not going to. So it's
like I said, they'll probably get one out of the series, and I hope it's not that day. We're going on a Sunday, right? Oh, that's the thing too. It's most Sundays. There's a lot of kids at games, so we can't. We got to be on our best behavior. Not less,
we're first
not,
base
not,
side by the
not
Indians.
too much not too much profanity, which is fine. I can use different words to describe my anger.
We're behind the visitors' dugout too, so we're going to be with a bunch of I'm going to be a Pirates fan in a sea of Indians.
The third base dugout or the first base dugout?
Third base dugout is the Pittsburgh Pirates away teams. Yeah, we do differently.
Okay, so do the Indians. They use third base too. So most teams use first base, but okay, those two teams use third base. Okay, so we're going to be behind the Indians dugout.
Yeah,
nice.
You want to know my favorite?
Really overpaid for those tickets, but I'm excited.
My favorite being behind the dugout moment ever was my brother's birthday, I believe. We got behind the Atlanta Braves dugout, which is that first base dugout at PNC Park, and me and my dad were not only and pardon my parlance here, but I think it's quite funny, verbally molesting Chipper Jones, but we got on him so hard. Like, he actually missed a fucking he swung super hard and yelled fuck after he swung and missed against the Pirates. We never let him up after that. Like, it was fun.
One of the best I've ever saw as far as the crowd really getting to a player visibly, you can actually see it happen, is in Pittsburgh with Jose Cueto. Johnny Cueto. And did he drop the ball and box or whatever? Like, yeah, you could tell you guys got him good.
Yeah, that was the first sellout in PNC Park that wasn't opening day.
It's a playoff game,
right? I'm serious. Like, you go on like a Saturday afternoon, there's probably like, I would say 10,000 people. It's like the Indians. Like, it doesn't
That's
really.
why I said, listen, I have a strong feeling there's going to be more Indians fans at that game.
Oh, there will be. There will be. Yeah. I'm not. I know I'm going into enemy
Apparently,
territory that day. It sucks.
enemy territory. However, you're not an enemy. The enemies took over your territory. That's what happens when the Browns go in the Tennessee because they travel
Shit,
really
that
well.
happens at Jacobs Field a lot. Like that happens at Progressive Field a lot, where like other teams
Didn't used to. There's a time when I was a kid, it was so hard to get tickets. We had like row Z or X all the way at the top. It was when they had the 455 straight sellouts. It was so much fun. I'm happy I got to see go to some of those games. I don't remember too much because I was young, but they were fun. It was a lot of fun. I mean, they're still fun, but back then they were just bumping.
Oh yeah, you'd go to my parent or my dad would always take me to opening day at Jacobs Field every year in the like late 90s, and it would be fucking packed. Like it was insane.
And back then they had larger capacity than they do now. They took about like 15,000 seats out. So so there's 40 plus every single game. I mean, you do a Wednesday noon game, 40,000 packed.
Yeah, people would take off work for that shit.
Yes, people still do,
but that Johnny Cueto story, I think I've told this on the podcast a bunch, but I don't really give a shit because I love this story. I was bawling my eyes out that whole game because I'm like, we're going to fucking beat Cincinnati. We're going to beat fucking Cincinnati and go to the playoffs. What the fuck? And then when Johnny Cueto in front of, I think PNC is like 20,000, something like that. It's a very small ballpark, but it's like 20,000 plus. But like that place felt like Heinz Field during the playoffs. It was raucous. Everybody was wearing black. It was nuts to see. I think it's like 20, 30,000. It can't be more than that.
It's 38,000.
Really? I thought it was like 20,000 because that's a small park.
That's all the they don't get any more than 20,000 people to ever go there. But yeah, 38,000 capacity. That's actually more than Progressive, I believe now. So they've taken a lot of seats out. But
interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
When's the last time you went to Progressive? Have you been there since they remodeled it?
Not since they no, I was there once when they remodeled it because that was what 2016, 2017,
something like that.
Yeah, I was there once with an ex-girlfriend and a bunch of her friends. Like that, it was kind of it was awkward, but like I don't think she wanted me to be there. To be honest,
I just would have been watching baseball.
I was too. I wanted to go. I wanted to watch some baseball and have some fun, and we did. We ended up having I think it was the Rockies versus the Indians, and I wore my Rockies shirt because I was like I'm not gonna. Well, I'm not a Cleveland guy. I'm sorry. I used to be a Houston guy until they cheated.
Fucking live here, man.
I know, but I've lived other places. It's not like
so have I. I wasn't born here either. But I grew up here.
Yeah, I grew up here, but didn't like the fact I grew up here, to be honest.
All right. Give me that guy. It's fine. Cleveland rocks, you suck, whatever.
Does it?
It does. What's the go-to concession item at PNC?
I would always say
Fenway Frank kind of thing.
Believe it or not, Manny Sanguine's barbecue, if it's still there. Manny Sanguine has his own barbecue like stand inside PNC Park, and I can't tell you how many Manny Sanguine autographs I got in my life. But I got to see Mr. Sanguine every single Sunday I was at the ballpark.
I just looked up a list. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I haven't been there in a long time. I know they had a chicken stand that was named after Willie Stargell, called Chicken on the Hill with Will. Yes, they are. That's why I like fucking that ballparks bring in shit. Thank you, Casey. Hot dogs are fucking expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I had club seats last time, so I could just grab hot dogs at will.
Ooh, cool. Aren't you Mr. Fancy?
I think so. They have dollar dog nights at Progressive sometimes too. Those are fun. I just looked up like the best spots to eat at PNC Park. The first thing that came up was Manny's Barbecue in Centerfield.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Oh, the pulled
And then
pork is so good. So
also
good.
there's a Penmanny Brothers there too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I
That's
mean
been there for a while.
there's a melt at Progressive too.
Yeah. Does it have the dude on the menu? Because I would
I don't
definitely
think
eat a
so. It only has
dude.
like a couple sandwiches.
No.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely like a watered down version. Like Barrio Tacos is there too.
There used to be a taco place in like outside PNC Park that was like attached to the building. I don't know if it's still there, but it was really good tacos the last time I had them. Yeah, man, Manny Sanguian's barbecue. Oh, mm, so muy bien,
I gotta pee.
muy bien. Ho, ho, ho. You have to pee, you fuck.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm gonna put myself on the thing because Tim's got a weak bladder. It's okay. Hey everybody, I'm back while Tim goes and takes his hummingbird bladder back on. This is what happens when I'm resting. I'm just here, got a lot of headroom, and it's good times. How are you guys doing tonight? What are you guys doing? Leave a comment, share, please. We love being on the MMAholes.com, and we want more people to come to the MMAholes.com. Besides the ones that go for their live stream, we want the people. We want acceptance, guys. It's just what we do. Do you? That's ooh. Oh, I haven't had baby back ribs in a hot minute. But like it's there's nothing better than actually doing that where you do have like some good ribs and a pizza. I'm not gonna lie, Casey. That's decent, brother. That's fucking decent. But as you can tell, I'm getting drunker as the podcast goes on. We did talk about Dominic Reyes twice. I did it drunkenly while Tim was getting more booze for himself. And this is the pee break part of the MMA podcast known as Bro Plata. We like to take pee breaks every once in a while. And then when Tim gets back, I probably will continue the show because I have an iron bladder right now. And I'm very happy about that. To be But I wanted real quick to also shout out to Brandon Petrie for having me back on at Grindstone Tavern. As Tim is coming in, getting sun on my feet. I prefer socks. I really do. Tim looking like the Undertaker right now. That's pretty sweet. The way you had your face, like hair in your face. But I wear socks and boots during the day, so I never really my lower half doesn't get a tan, but up here definitely does.
No, me never, man. I don't wear flip flops at all, ever. In the summer, I just wear no socks and tennis shoes or something. I don't wear flip flops. So no,
I do.
I don't make people look at my feet because I'm fucking courteous, unlike Ray.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah, right.
I'll put my feet up on your. I'll put my feet up on your living room table. I don't give a fuck.
That's why you're not allowed here anymore.
Well, that does happen. You get banned from places.
Kidding.
But no, yeah. But when I was when Tim was doing the podcast, I was actually on my way to the Funny Stop. Did a set with Mike Merck and Gary Garcia. Both guys crushed in the first show. I didn't stay for the second show because I had to take a friend of mine to the airport at 5 a.m. So that was fun.
Are you doing any sets with Rubber City?
No, I was actually going to go down there because a guy I knew from Denver was coming out and he had to pull out of it. So I might go see Ian Fidance this weekend. I was here. I heard him talk about the Rubber City Festival on Jim and Sam today. He promoted it on Jim and Sam, which was dope. Yeah, I love that show a lot. Jim and Sam, if you guys, I know D Rest is from New York, so he knows about like Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton, all those guys. But yeah, I heard Ian talking about it, and I want to meet Ian because he's got a hilarious podcast about like being bisexual with what the fuck is the guy's name? He's on Gas Digital. Nick something. He does like a movie podcast on Gas Digital that's pretty fun, and a wrestling podcast too. But yeah, they do something about like being bisexual, and I want that makes me giggle.
Okay.
It's a great podcast too, so go check that out.
I believe you, man. I just watched Rogan's podcast with Ethan Suplee.
Oh, did you? How was that?
It's good, man. They didn't talk at all about his movies. But it was mostly about him losing weight and other shit, and then they got into weird tangents about the simulation and whatnot. So I always like Ethan Suplee. He's a good actor. Now he's jacked. So good for him.
I was listening. What episode was I listening to the other day? Dave Smith from Legion of Skanks was on. That was a pretty good one. I'm excited. May 13th, Anthony Cumia is going to be on Joe Rogan again. I'm so pumped.
Oh, is he? That's cool.
Oh, so excited.
Is he going in, or is he going to do it from his compound?
Oh no, he's going in because they're going to Austin for their comedians of the compound tour that's coming also to Pete's place in August. So I cannot wait for that show. I cannot wait.
Are you gonna pitch this show to him?
No.
Why not? What are you
I'm
gonna
be too busy crying. I'm gonna be too busy being starstruck by Anthony Cumia to even like. That's why I'm bringing my friend Shauna.
I'll do it through Jameson. Actually, that's probably better because I don't
probably
bother them. I'll do it through Don. Dude, Don Jameson just had Rob Halford on his show.
I liked them on. I liked whenever Halford was on That Metal Show. I used to watch that fucking shit a lot.
Yeah,
I loved when Rob Halford was on.
Yeah, it was a fun show.
We need to talk about something. I want to get your opinion on this, because I brought it up before we went live, and it's been on my mind since we started. And I think it came out last week. But Conor McGregor, the king of all sports media, a man who, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be drinking this fucking cheap ass whiskey for $38, and it doesn't taste that good, but it still mixes well with Mountain Dew.
Dude, fucking alcohol is 90% marketing.
But what I love about Conor is just his baller personality. And what he did recently, according to, I believe it was the Daily Mail is where I saw it. He bought the bar that the punch incident happened in, was caught on film. Everybody was mocking him, but yet saying nothing about Khabib and the way he treats his wife, putting her under a sheet and all that shit. But it's about 38. No, it's about $38 where I'm at. Casey Jones was asking a question. It was like $38 with taxes. I think it's like 29, so it's almost like $30. And then with the taxes in Ohio, it's a little higher.
I mean, also it depends. How much did you buy? I mean, is there different size bottles?
This one is the 70 milliliter or 750 milliliter bottle. Okay. I don't know what that is in conversion. But
that's a big bottle. That's like 30 in Tito's.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, it's a decent sized bottle. I've gotten the
Oh wait, that's 750. I take that back. 38 for 750. I was thinking about the next one.
No,
that's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's imported, but whatever. I pay like $38 for it. The liter was like $80. Like the liter and a half that they put out, I have the bottle as a collector's item just because I have like 4 or 5, and I have an original Run bottle I bought on Christmas, the day it came out. I was able to find it in a liquor store in Mayfield.
What was the question?
What did you think about the fact that Conor McGregor bought the bar he had the punch incident in and banned the fucking guy he punched?
I told you, he's been hanging out with Dana White too much because this is a Dana White move. That was something he would do, right?
Yeah, he
got
pulled a
pissed at
full
the
Ariel Hawani ban. Like that's what
sure,
this is.
sure. This is like when he stopped taking the fights to the Palms because of whatever reason. Yeah, because he got pissed at him for something personal. Yeah, yeah. Uh, it's petty and stupid, but it's hilarious. So there you go. Whatever. He do what he wants, man. He has fuck you money, so go ahead and use it to say fuck you to people. So he did it. Good for him, man. Whatever. He can do whatever he wants, apparently.
I
He
love
can.
it,
I
dude.
mean, this is his money.
I
So
love it a lot, man. I was very happy when I read that. I'm like, good. Fucking bring that riffraff that would talk shit to a champion. How dare you, you
Ray,
old
did you
bastard.
see fucking Giga, this Georgian cat, fucking Cub Swanson in the liver? Fucking blow up
Yes,
his
I saw the highlight of that. Yeah.
liver. It's fantastic. I mean, I felt bad for Cub Swanson because I like Cub Swanson and all, but
Do you think
this
he's on the
guy,
bubble now?
Cub Swanson, no, he just won. He won his last two fights before this. He beat
Okay.
Pineda and yeah, and then he beat Kron Gracie. So he's fine. If he wants to keep fighting, he'll let him fight. He just took a shot. He just took a shot to the liver, and it happens, man. He folded. Man, it has to be awful. I'm pretty sure I'd disintegrate. My liver would disintegrate if you hit it. Like this is awful.
I think what I might do for the podcast is have Eric Posen punch me in the liver.
Eric probably won't do it. Somebody else will. Eric's too nice of a guy, probably.
Well, Eric, I think, would understand that we're doing it for the show, and I would like shout him out. It wouldn't be any animosity. It would more be folded like a lawn chair. Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Why do you want that to happen? That's like saying I don't think waterboarding would be that bad. It's the same thing because like it happens and you're like it doesn't look that bad, but if it happens to you, it'd be fucking awful, right? Terrible. See, you don't think liver shot's gonna hurt you that bad, and you don't think okay, we're gonna waterboard you too. We're gonna waterboard you too.
Oh no, I'm not saying that it will not suck and I might piss my pants.
Then why would you do it?
For the gram, yo. You do it for the gram.
It's not. If we had more people watching, maybe
it would get eyes because you would have this guy just get hit in the liver and go ugh! Like I guarantee you, I would crumple. I'm not saying I would take it like it's no big deal because we've seen enough liver shots.
I just think MMA, it's probably worse than you think it is because if you decided you want to do it for any
probably
reason,
100% more than I think. Yeah,
has to
I'm
be.
not gonna lie
because like, you would say no. Like I just believe that if a guy this tough as Cub Swanson folds like that.
No, I'm not saying it's a. I'm not saying it's a. I'm not saying it's not a debilitating thing. I'm saying though, for our show,
I think it'd be different than you just taking a swift punch to the forehead or somewhere in the face where you wouldn't get knocked out, but it would hurt real bad. I think it'd be worse.
Don't lie that you wouldn't laugh your dick off from my fucking response from getting hit in the liver.
I would once I've realized you're all right. I mean, I feel bad when you folded over, but yes, it would be hilarious. You're right, but I don't think it's worth it at all.
Yeah, I'm not. As Casey Jones just said, it's after that punch, obviously, but I'm willing to do it for the show. That's where it would be. I would do it for this show.
You won't put up episodes on Spotify or YouTube, but you'll get punched in the liver. Okay, all right. You're sending me mixed signals.
Live shows.
Mixed signals. You're sending me mixed signals. Did you see? I talked about this on Saturday when Kutalaba and Jacoby their face off, and Kutalaba grabbed Jacoby by the neck.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, and then yeah, because Dana White was just giving Sean Shelby shit for the Jeremy Stevens thing, and then this happens when he's there. So yeah, it's hilarious that happened when he was there. Anyway, but this fight was super close. I think, like, if I remember correctly, it was Kutalaba won the first round. Jacoby probably won the third round. The second round was so close that it was split between two judges, and the third judge, and I know that commissions hate this. They don't want anyone to ever do this, but it's an option. And one judge gave it a 10-10, or was it a 9-9? Anyway, they gave it a 9-9 draw. 9-9
would be
9-9. They gave it a draw. So the fight was a majority. Was it a majority draw? It was a split draw, I believe. So yeah, split draw. Yeah. thing about it was, I don't know who won that second round either. I mean, you could have told me either way. It was so close that I wouldn't get mad either way. I wanted Jacoby to win, so maybe I was pulling for Jacoby. But the thing is, man, that was such a close fight that I'm fine with it. I really am. Maybe they'll run it back. You know what? Because how well they sold it with the assault in the in the face off, that maybe they'll run it back. And that's not like these two guys are looking for Jones and to get a contender shot. They're not really right now. So they can run that back, and I think it would be a good fight again, because it was the first time. So I'd be fine with that, but it was a really good fight. I don't know. Draws are always a bummer, man. I don't know why.
They are.
Even though this fight was so close that like somebody will get a loss that doesn't necessarily deserve a loss, right? But draws are worse. They suck. They're a bummer.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was about to say before we get to the Sean Strickland fight, because that was actually a really good fight, along with the Yak Hat before that.
He's so good.
He is. He's very good, but we'll talk about that in a second. I love the fact that we're starting to see that. I think that's an evolution of the sport, is the fact that there's more draws now. Because guys are so good that some guys will hold off in the first round, come out like a fucking ball of fire, but the guy next that he's fighting is still at the same pace. And then that third round is for the judges. That's it. And I think honestly, the fact that we're seeing, because you see it in boxing a lot, you'll see like 10-round fights go to draws.
Well, number one, they're even number rounds in boxing, which so you have to win 2 more, right? Yeah. So that's kind of strange. Also, I mean, there's always. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna say. Boxing has been corrupt a lot, and I'm not saying every time there's a draw, there's corruption. However,
wait. I have to. Before you start, I need to ask you this question. Explain your titty, because that is a fucking obvious statement, sir.
No. What I was talking about is that if there's a draw, if no one bet on the draw, then the house wins almost everything. So, I think that's one of the reasons there's so many draws. But because I know that MMA commissions say that they don't want anyone to ever call draws. But sometimes it's just, what are you going to do, man? Most of the time when there's a draw, it's because of a point taken. Almost always. I was 9 out of 10, maybe more, maybe 19 out of 20. I mean, it's very seldom that somebody scores around a draw because they're told not to. And usually you can pick somebody, one or the other, and but it's that darn close. When they told you pick someone, they tell you try to pick someone, and it's that close that you say I have to give it a 9-9. So yeah, it's you're okay.
Kudos to that judge for having that mind, by the way. A lot of judges will just back down.
I don't know who
and that motherfucker didn't.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but I'm sure the commission won't be super happy with him or her. I think it's a man.
Well, of course it is. I mean, we run the world, so why not?
Mm-hmm. Fucking monster Ray Hacklag.
I think I'm doing some kind of like taboo podcast soon, and like. You would know who the person is. Right now I can't remember the name, but if you saw the face, you'd know. But like, she's very like SJW. She's commented on the show before. Oh,
okay.
I like to fuck with people because honestly, that's a nice dog whistle that gets like some people to hate us, which is what I want, kind of. To be honest with you,
they can hate you. I'm not down with it.
Yeah. Well, I'm down.
I don't quit the podcast. However, I said eventually that's going to be the death of me. Is that you're going to get canceled, and then I'm going to get canceled. Just for being in around you and not quitting the podcast. Osmosis canceling, I call it.
That's right? When we bring Punch Drunk Polacks to the forefront, sir.
It wouldn't even be funny. It'd be hacky and offensive.
To who? People with head trauma?
Sure. And Polish
people.
Fuck
that lobby. Ooh, we decided to get into fuck them.
Yeah,
I rewatched motherfucker.
I rewatched the Aaron Hernandez documentary the last couple days.
Let him die. Big business, Ray.
You ever scare you that like at any time, like listen, when we do this live stream, we can get anyone from one from no one paying attention to everyone paying attention.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be terrifying? With this all of a sudden,
No.
this huge surge when we're drunk and we're just like rambling on. And we're like, how long have we been on? What are we talking about?
No.
I have an eight today. I'm like, what's going on?
You know those people. I'm talking the gays.
Wait, well, we're party. What? Oh, I just switched, mother.
Well, no, you just look like you were like, and he's gotten us canceled.
Not on purpose. I mean, it fit, but not on purpose. Now that you called it out, I'm going to keep doing it. So that's what happens when I Twitch. If you call out a Twitch, I'm going to keep doing it.
I didn't even know it was a Twitch, though.
And I'm going to keep. Damn it, Ray. That's all right. When I drink, sometimes it gets worse. Sean Strickland looks so good against Jotko.
Okay, yeah, he looked good in the first couple of rounds, and then I went to sleep. Sadly,
the third round was
up since 5. Yeah.
But he looked good. Teddy Atlas gave him. Did you see that tweet Teddy Atlas put up there about him just being kind of perfect with his shots, so clean and so precise, not loading up too much, just being boom, 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 getting them all in there. When we're getting Teddy Atlas on, that's why I want more people to pay attention, so we can get people on like Teddy Atlas.
I sadly called him Freddie Roach in a Instagram message and then unsent it because I was drunk. Drunk Ray sometimes mispronounces people's names.
What?
I think I told you about that.
I don't remember you telling me about that, but no.
Yeah, I unsent it though, and nobody saw it. So
all right, did you ever send him
no, I haven't sent him like a thing on Instagram since, but
I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy that might do it for fans, as we're fans. We're big fans of Teddy Atlas, and he may give us a little bit of his time just because it would mean a whole lot to us. Kind of like when Pat Miletich was on. It meant a whole lot to us. It was awesome.
Oh, my God.
Because we're big fans. It would be the same thing with Teddy Atlas, and it would just be really nice to make a couple dudes' days. A couple sad dudes in their 30s make their days. But let's talk to Teddy Atlas. It'd be fun. And
I
really,
want to get. Go ahead.
If we had Teddy Atlas on, I would just try my best just the questions that just bait him into rants because he'll do that. No, he does that. You saw him on Rogan. He'll just get on tangents. So I just want him to get on tangents. Yeah, but my point is he has good shit to say though. So my point is like I just want I don't want us to say much. I want him to say everything. So I want to give him talking as much as possible, which is really what we should do in every interview. But you talked a little too much during Pat Miletich, which I forgive you for.
Yeah, I was nervous. I was a nervous Nelly.
It's okay.
On that one.
I was sitting. I mean, we talked about it on the podcast because afterwards we talked to each other and we put it on the podcast. But I said that to you, and it's fine. We'll learn. It's fine. That was our first big name. That's a big name for us, and we're fans of the history of the sport, so that's a big deal for us. So, and we loved it. I hope he comes back on someday. He was great. He was so cool. I love Pat Miletich.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
He was great, man.
Yes. Anyway, Sean Strickland looked fantastic. And, I think a really great fight. Because Strickland's mostly a stand-up guy. Although he does train with Vettori and would take people down maybe if he has to. But I think Kevin Holland and Strickland, number one, it makes sense in the rankings. And it just makes sense stylistically. I think that would be so much fun. Would Strickland probably try to take him down? Probably. He'd probably give it a try. But if Kevin Holland could shake it off, he probably would stop and say, I'm just going to outstrike this guy. So it'd be a super fun fight, I think. I think it'd be a great fight. I think that's a perfect fight to make. If you don't make that fight, you suck. Tell me what's better. It's a great matchup. It's probably might be better ones, but that's a great matchup. I was thinking that when I saw him fight, I'm like, that'd be so awesome. Him and Kevin Holland. Great.
It would be. I think
and it makes sense as far as rankings go.
I honestly think, Strickland to me would be a good challenge for him. I think Strickland would have a good ground game against him.
I don't think he tried too much though.
You never know. I mean, again, Derek Brunson did it easily with Kevin Holland, and Kevin Holland.
Sean Strickland's not a ground guy, and less so than Vettori. But he trains with Vettori, and Vettori will probably tell him this is what you got to do. However, if Kevin, listen, just because Vettori took him down a bunch doesn't mean Sean Strickland, a guy who doesn't do that in his fights, could easily take him down. I'm sure he can stuff some people's takedowns, right?
Yeah.
I didn't say it's a joke before that I could probably take him down, but that's not actually true, right? So can Strickland actually take him down? Maybe if he worked really hard on it, but I'm sure Holland's still working more on his takedown defense, at least I hope so. But Strickland Holland would be so much fun. I'd be stoked for that fight.
It would be. It'd be a fun
But
fight.
here's your guy. How do you say this guy's name?
Dalishvili. Dalishvili. He, man, for that fight, I'm a fan. I've been a fan of Dalishvili for a little while since he's been in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Not to sound like an MMA hipster, but I am. And
absolutely are. You know, I do a little bit with Kevin Holland. However, I wasn't on the train right away. You know, it took
Dalishvili I knew was gonna be a savage. I mean, besides obviously that dumb little hat he wears, because it's way too close to Khabib's. It's a better color. It actually has
Russian
color
thing. Oh, he's Georgian. He's Georgian.
Technically in the same vicinity. They kind of speak the same language.
Right, but Russia attacked Georgia like 10 years ago, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or less, yeah.
Do you remember when people thought that Russia attacked Georgia? Like that was a big like joke that people would do. Like,
attacked Atlanta.
Yeah. But I mean, he for that whole fight. I mean, there was a point where I think we all get to this when we're watching MMA fights, where like you kind of know the fight is someone's by like the end of round 2. I started like going on my phone because I knew Dalishvili had this fight.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting everything, which was awesome on that too, man. Like Russians are really just they're coming into their own in MMA. And
what number one? I said this. I'm sorry, I keep doing this.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and Dalishvili is gonna ride that train for a while.
You know what it is? I'm interrupting. I think I'm interrupting you more than usual. That's because I did a show by myself last time.
Yes, you fuck. How dare you?
Maybe.
Now it's you're sounding like me. Good. Welcome to the
anyway. No, I'll figure it out. It's okay. Anyway, what I was gonna say is Saturday I said that this guy can wrestle fuck people if he wants to, but the thing is he also beat him on the feet.
Yeah,
him on the feet, which look fantastic. And I do listen. I believe that Dalishvili,
bless you,
can beat everyone in the bantamweight division right now. I honestly think he can. He's if he fought Aljamain Sterling right now, I think he could absolutely. I mean, it'd be a good fight. It'd be close, but he could absolutely beat Aljamain Sterling. He could absolutely beat anyone in that division. But he's got. They're gonna. You know, he has some more fights to go. You know, maybe he'll jump up because of how dominant he has been. Maybe he'll jump up a few. Fight a guy like maybe Jimmy Rivera or somebody. I don't know. There's just I didn't look at the rankings. Somebody like that. Somebody big. He's gonna get a big fight next. He's getting a big fight next.
And for him to have for them to have, and it was a really good fight back and forth for most of that fight. And for it to be 29-28,
Staman's great. Yeah, Staman's great.
Yeah, Cody Stamann is a really good fighter, and the fact that Dalishvili was, I just like saying his name too, Dalishvili. It sounds like a Russian like dessert. Like, what's anybody like some Dalishvili?
It does. I'm not gonna lie, it does.
If somebody offered
like
me
baklava, I had baklava a week ago or something. It's
really?
Stuff. Yeah, Eurogyro and Ken had baklava.
Yeah, I like baklava a lot.
Baklava is pretty good. Yeah.
But like, yeah, Dalishvili in general, Dalishvili actually sounds like something like a Yakov Smirnoff punchline. We went to Dalishvili. Like, to me, that's what it was like. But yeah, just let that show bomb sit, Ray. Just let it happen.
No, the first thing you said was funnier. I forget it because I've been drinking. But I'm used to Jim Beam. I'm drinking different shit now, and I haven't ate today. And
oh, really? I had Subway before this podcast because I knew I needed some energy because I knew I was going to be drinking. I'm just going to pass out because I don't really have anything to do tomorrow.
All right. The only other fight I wanted to talk about in this card, because the rest of them were just decisions that were okay, was Pinheiro and Marcos.
Okay.
Rado Marcos needed to win. This fight was back and forth. I mean, Pinheiro, this Brazilian lady, her judo is so good. Did you watch this fight? Her throws are just effortless. She just dumped this girl on her back and then on her head. It's so good. Every time Rado Marcos tied up, it just whoop, she's flying through the air. It's so good. Her judo's I mean, she uses her judo better than anyone I've seen it since Ronda Rousey, and yeah, that's true. She does. In that fight, at least, it's fantastic. However, and Marcos was doing her best, and you're like, it was a means to an end in the first round. You're like, Marcos is eventually probably going to get finished, but she's fighting tough, and she stunned her a couple of times. But what happened is she got down, and she got in guard, and there was a scramble, and she kicked her in the face when Pinheiro was on her knees, and got her on her back. And Paul Felder, I'm sure he's getting a lot of shit for this. He said first that it looked like she was acting on the ground, and then she asked her coach if she lost, and she asked what happened, and then he kind of had to backtrack a bit. But I think it was just because of the way her eyes were. He thought that maybe she was. Paul Felder, come on, man, you're a fighter. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know that people can get knocked out and look different ways. Listen, there's no way on earth that she was faking this. She got crushed in the face with an up kick, a legal up kick. This isn't ONE FC. If it was, it would have been legal, and Marcos would have won the fight, but it isn't. Pinheiro got knocked down, and they gave because of what it did. The referee Mark Smith gave the DQ, and Pinheiro won by DQ. Marcos, hey, listen, she's 10-12-1 now, but she's tough.
Yeah,
she's
but it's
really tough people.
One. I mean,
and this was a DQ though. And she was fighting really tough against an 8-1 prospect who killed somebody almost on the Contender Series. I remember that fight. She crushed a girl. It's a tough fight for her. I say to give her one more. That's me. That's my opinion.
I agree, especially off of
my opinion is give her one more. Because she fought really tough. She was going to lose. But she stunned her. There's times you're like, oh, maybe it's going to. That was a great first round. And I thought for sure it was going to be a great finish. I mean, Marcos stunned her a couple of times. I thought maybe there was a small chance that she might beat her that way. But most likely, Pinheiro would probably win. I might be saying her name wrong. I'm not sure. Anyway,
Pineda, I believe.
Pinheiro. No, it's an O.
Pinheiro.
So, anyway, she was going to win anyway, I think, eventually. But it was a good fight, and it sucked that it ended that way. Yeah, it was a bummer. But the other fights were fine. They were good.
Yeah, but mostly decisions, which is usually you get those on these kind of fights. I mean,
you'll have that, yeah.
We've been spoiled this 2021 so far. I mean, last pay-per-view.
What was that one card that was a total clunker? Which one was that?
Jesus Christ. Why can't I remember that one? It was why can't I remember what the fucking we talked about it? Where it was just a snooze fest.
Rosenstrike Gane?
I believe it was. Yeah,
it was.
That was one of the
boring
MMA cards.
It was bad
to ever
happen.
The
Rivera fight was the best fight, and that was.
And I mean, the fact that you had Pedro Munoz, Alex Caceres, Montana De La Rosa, Magomed
and Rosenstrike. That fight was boring as hell, and
it was, dude. That whole card, you were just like. You wanted to be like Peter Griffin. Would somebody throw a goddamn pie? Because of the fact that like Vincent Cajaro versus Ronnie Lawrence was really the only fireworks on that card. Because it was a KO. But like
Munoz Rivera fight was good. Really good. But besides that, yeah.
It was just a bad card in general, but we haven't really had that since. I mean, we've had some dope cards, and even
we don't have many of those.
No.
Have you watched any PFL? I talked about the PFL on Saturday.
No, I have not seen any PFL yet.
Rory McDonald last week beat Curtis Melander in the first round by rear naked choke. What they did, this is the second PFL card. They didn't do this. They did not do this on the first card, but they did it last week. They pumped in fake crowd noise.
Ugh.
It was weird. I'm curious to see if they do it again this week with Fabricio Verdum and Kayla Harrison are fighting. Not each other, although that would be fun. I think it was a bust. It was weird to me.
Yeah.
It was weird.
See, we were so
Baseball did it for a whole year, and I thought it was weird. But it's
football too.
especially because yeah, but some crowds it has some crowds in football, but it was just weird that because we're just used to having so many fights for the UFC and PFL and other one and other Bellator, other cards without crowds. So we're kind of used to it. You know, I prefer crowds, obviously, but I like having the fights. But just the fake crowd noise and knowing that it's fake crowd noise was weird.
Yes.
Also, PFL has a female ring announcer. Her name, I forget her first name. I think her last name is Garcia. She's good. I like her. She's
Well,
good. She
she's
wears
better
fancy
than
dress.
Lenny Hart, in my opinion. I mean, somebody that was supposed to be on our show and didn't show.
Again, I don't blame her for being like, why would I do this show? No one's watching. Why would
Hey, it's supposed to be help us. Help us help you.
help her? How?
By
She could
know.
she could shout out of her window and it would do better than her being on
It's
our
true.
show.
That's true.
I mean, now it's a little bit better than it was, but not a whole lot better. It's well, you know what? It's 10 times better, but it's still not very good. It's literally 10 times better, but still not great.
Well, Tim, I think we should hop off here, my friend. Because I've one got to be up in the morning, and two, I've got some booze to drink
You check
before
this
that.
Dogecoin out.
I've considered dropping some coin on Dogecoin, and
Like I bought it too late, but like even I'm up right now, and I bought it too late. So
yeah, I'm thinking about it because what's it up to right now?
57.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's pretty. 2 days ago, it was 37.
I know.
Last couple of days have been nuts.
Yeah, I might buy it
on
Friday.
FNL.
I might buy it
Maybe.
Friday because Elon Musk is going to be on SNL Saturday, and you know he's going to mention Dogecoin on SNL. So like that price.
That's why
I
bought it. I bought it on
skyrocket.
I bought it on 420 because I thought something crazy was going to happen, but nothing happened, and it got all the way down to 19 cents since I've had it, and now it's at the 57. So that's good.
He's a D-Rest is a Dogecoin billionaire. Good for you, sir.
That's
good
awesome.
for you and your
Hope
money.
You are.
But let's hop off here tonight. We will be back sometime this week to talk about the Michelle Watterson fight coming up this Saturday. So that'll be fun. Tim, do you have anything to plug, sir?
No, I don't think so.
You never do. I'm going to be in Lorain, Ohio, May 2nd or May 12th. Working with Dave Morales and a bunch of other great comics. I'll be talking about that as we get closer. And then Berea, Ohio, I will be doing a show May 20th with a bunch of great comics. I assume the lineup really hasn't been announced yet. I've got to send a headshot, which is something I do not have. But you can check all my dates out at any of the social media posts. I post a couple days in advance. I'm thinking about coming out to New York end of the year in Atlantic City. So be on the lookout for those dates if I can get them. And Tim, we love each other.
Do we?
More than friends. And I need to say something to you, buddy. This has been awesome. We're at episode 80. 20 more. 20 more. No, it should be like this.
Then we quit.
This is us every.
No, we get the big violin. We get the.
Oh no, I'm just taking a razor blade to my wrist.
Oh, okay, that's you.
That's us every episode. But we appreciate all you guys. Butt plug. That's one of my favorite Opie and Anthony bits, sir. No, butt plug would be like this, up and down. And not. Hey, we're not asking you D-Rest at all. We're not asking you for any advice, but we like to give our own opinions on Dogecoin as well. But we appreciate you guys being here every single week. I know Tim Solo is better, but sometimes I got to show my face when I'm not sleeping. So, but for Tim Danko, I'm Ray Highclack. This is the Bro Plata podcast, and we thank everybody And make sure to go to MMAholes.com for all your Bro Plata needs and your MMA hole needs. For Tim Danko, I'm Ray Highclack. We will see you at the fights, fam!
Ray, do you think it's too early or too soon for me to sneak in Melinda Gates DMs?